defensive end of the year, and that was basically another. But despite the fact that basically this is the lowest amount of sacks produced in a single season, he did go ahead and ball out. So you gotta give him his credit where it's due. Either way, him and Zanishi went ahead and won defensive end of the year in the All-American team. Coming up next, for another surprise, I'm going to go ahead and go with the linebacker of the year, which was something that didn't get announced, so I was kind of surprised that no one announced it. And my linebacker of the year choice, and it's going to be obviously Tan has joined. Tan has basically went ahead and has pretty much has been more agile and has produced more stats than anyone in ACFL this season. So, well, yeah, I'm not. So there's nothing really big going on except the fact I'm just the point. My point is, Tan won. He should have gone. I was kind of surprised they didn't announce linebacker of the year. So there might be. So I went ahead and when I asked a question, I don't think I'm not gonna be able to go ahead and get a big response. In fact, and it turns out that the linebacker ended up getting rid of. So either way, my award, basically my tight end of the year, linebacker of the year award will go. Will basically go to Tan. Well, either way, despite the fact that linebacker of the year didn't count for this year, basically, he and Warrior Spectre will be in as pretty much on the All-American team. So that was basically one of the big. That was something I got confirmed back from SNUBBED. Either way, another big thing that happened was the corner of the year, which ended up going ahead and being won by, to no one's surprise, Urukin, aka Kenny. Kenny went ahead and had a monster season, as he went ahead and had 7 interceptions and 2 pick sixes. 3 of those picks came in one game. Although he did get snubbed of a pick landing on the defensive side. He did go ahead and does. Luckily, he is basically on the All-American team as that wide receiver spot. So basically, he is covered for his All-American role. Either way, winning defensive back of the year ended up going to Max the Cat 6. It was a surprising pick to some people, but he had 7 interceptions as well, so not really surprised there. But him, Domochai, SMH Gavin, the Dill pick, and Jadi Yasama ended up going ahead and winning defensive back of the year. Either way, winning. Before I can go to the big parts, they introduced a new award called Comeback Player of the Year, and that ended up going to Sacred Donner. Donner pretty much went ahead and was probably won pretty much a good season, as the quarterback basically last year had an okay season, as he had 8 touchdowns against 5 picks on 660 passing yards. Either way, he went ahead and came in where it wasn't expected. But overall, I really go ahead and I'm actually expecting for some new things to go ahead and come. overall, people going ahead and just talk. People are going ahead and actually saying pretty much. Actually, and pretty much are saying, well, that's some good. That's some good news. Now, on to my. Either way, Donner, despite the fact didn't get limited time, as he was basically having off and on problems. And in his first season, he had 8 touchdowns against 12 interceptions with 1,121 passing yards. He broke out in this season with putting up a performance that people never forget. When Carson went ahead and ended up going down for the rest of the season due to facing a season-ending suspension. And Donner did pretty good as he went ahead and took over and had 23 touchdowns against 6 interceptions. Overall, he turned the ball over less than Carson. He produced more touchdowns. So it was basically kind of like he was like Ryan Tannehill, 2019 Ryan Tannehill to Carson's Marcus Mariota. So Donner could have a chance to go ahead and go to the NFL, but he has confirmed that he's going to stay back for another season, which is a pretty smart move. But he will have to go ahead and face off against Carves for that spot though too. Now, winning head coach of the year ended up going to Buster Boy's 3000 Finley. And Finley's win didn't really surprise people. Well, most of them anyway. He went ahead and had a good season, finishing 3rd in passing yards with 2,983, 37 touchdowns, and threw the second lowest amount of picks by an eligible quarterback with 7. So basically, that's now all said and done. What does that basically mean? Well, people are really expecting that Finley has more to come. We don't know what the head coach of the year looks like, but there has been some talks of that Brown Man actually wants to go ahead and see if he can go ahead and work as like an assistant coach for him if he does the next college football season. As Brown did go ahead and he did confirm that he will be moving on to the AFL level, despite having no experience, despite having very little CFB experience. Either way, what a new award pretty much winning it was Julian Edelgo. And Edelgo went ahead and produced. He was basically was a versatile player. In fact, he was pretty good to the point that he ended up winning the award basically for pretty much playing an all-around, from tight end to linebacker to defensive end and center. In fact, heck, to the point, the man even went ahead and kicked the game-winning field goal against Stanford. So well, there wasn't pretty much any big parts there. So pretty much him winning the surprise came to no shock to some people, but it did come to shock for others. Either way, winning Offensive Player of the Year ended up going to XavenRL. Xaven has went ahead, and ever since his debut, which was back in the second season, when he went ahead and posted, it was a horrible game, because he went 15 for 34, 283 yards, 1 touchdown against 7 interceptions. People pretty much considered him a meme. But luckily, with enough time in training, he went ahead and gradually improved the next season, as he went ahead in 4 games threw 14 touchdowns against 7 interceptions on 1,264 yards. And then and then of course, pretty much in the pretty much the finals, pretty much in the and pretty much in this last season, in which he went ahead and balled out, doing 2,680 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, but against 20 interceptions. The interceptions he will need to go ahead and work on in AFL, but I'm not really. But overall, it's just pretty much that diving ability in his that he went ahead and improved on. He's shown his consistency, so he knows that's going to go ahead and be a fact. Either way, winning Defensive Player of the Year, though, came to no one's surprise as it went ahead and beat Tanner's join. I've already praised highly of Tan for my linebacker of the year spot, but you guys don't really understand. The man was basically all over. At linebacker, he had 6 sacks, and he was even a interception machine. And he went ahead and picked off 3 passes. That's basically kind of scary because the man basically saying he's gonna go ahead and knock your teeth out. Hashtag you're done. I don't even know how to go ahead and save you from that one. I don't even know how to go ahead and save you if you're basically going ahead and getting picked up there. And with that, he goes ahead and he went ahead and still claims his spot, still retains his spot on the All-Star one. Either way, winning the Heisman Trophy, as I said, it was lucky, so shout out to him. Overall, there was also pretty much a Bench of the Year award that went ahead and got handed out, and that ended up going to Degato. And let's face it, Degato, all he did was sit on the bench, but there was a pretty hefty argument after that on who won between him and Brownman. And Brownman had better stats than him, despite only going ahead and playing in 3 games. But he ended up going ahead and taking the spot for undoubtedly, and that kind of goes ahead and that bites. Either way, there's nothing really big going ahead and going on now. It's just I'm just going ahead and I'm not really that is not going to talk about it because, well, yeah. Either way, I want to go ahead and also take some time to go ahead and announce who went ahead and led which in categories. Chan, Zanisha, and were respected ended up tying for the league lead in sacks, as they each had 8. The pick kings were both the Defensive Player of the Year. Well, not Defensive Player. Both the cornerback of the year, Uwukin, and Max the Cat with his 7 picks. And Domotoy also had 7 picks as well, so that's also something to worry about. Either way, the real Noko ended up winning the wide receiver award as he went ahead and had 41 catches for 1,392 yards and 12 touchdowns. But that ended up taking the rushing mark, and Lucky ended up taking the passing mark. And overall, basically, the wide receiver and quarterback numbers, that's kind of scary. But then again, Lucky and Noko were on the same team, so I guess they were connecting there somewhere. So there's nothing. That's basically nothing pretty much there. Them there. So that's now all said and done. People are now wondering what's going to be happening next. Well, the Senior Bowl went ahead and happened, and that saw the North team go ahead and get their draft stock raised, winning 46-36. And that's also not all. The Cedar Bowl has already been played, and Nebraska ended up beating Stanford 29-24 on a field goal and safety. Anyway, coming up next for pretty much these teams is basically, you go ahead and look at this. It ends up going ahead and turning out to be that Nebraska will have to go ahead and be taking on Maryland in the Big Ten Championship. Either way, Tennessee will have to go ahead and take on LSU. Baylor goes ahead and takes on Oregon. And then Miami goes ahead and takes on Clemson. And overall, the best record of the year went to Maryland at 9-0. All the other first places in the league each went ahead and got 7-2. Texas even went being out Baylor because it wasn't even close. I say went ahead and went 4-0 in their conference. Either way, the worst record ended up going to Purdue, as they went ahead and went 0-9. So basically now that this season's over, there's nothing much you can really say. So that's basically pretty much the big news. No, I pretty much have to make them part videos. I always make these part videos because my camera basically kept on cutting out, and they ended up stopping the video when it shouldn't need to. So well, yeah. So go ahead. So you guys went ahead and like these videos. Please go ahead, smash the like. We'll see you all next time. Thank you for watching. Saddle up, saddle out.